Imagine a land so vast, so expansive that it almost seems to stretch beyond the horizon. A place where the sheer scale of nature humbles you, and the possibilities feel as limitless as the open sky. This is Canada, a nation built on resilience, diversity, and a deep connection to the land. A country that embraces its unique identity on the world stage. From the Atlantic's rugged shores in Newfoundland, where the waves crash against ancient cliffs, to the rolling hills of the Maritimes, a tapestry of green fields and charming coastal towns, Canada's east is shaped by the sea and deep-rooted communities, where fishing traditions have been passed down through generations, and the spirit of the ocean is woven into the very fabric of life. Quebec's St. Lawrence River flows past cities, a vital artery connecting the heart of the province to the Atlantic, where French is lived and celebrated, a vibrant culture that echoes through the cobblestone streets and historic architecture, while Montreal pulses with creative bilingual energy, a dynamic metropolis where art, music, and innovation thrive. Ontario transforms into a region of sprawling cities, a hub of commerce, technology, and diverse communities, and the immense Great Lakes, vast inland seas that shape the landscape and provide sustenance to millions, home to the multicultural metropolis of Toronto, a city that embraces diversity and welcomes people from all corners of the globe. The prairies stretch endlessly, a sea of golden wheat under an expansive sky, golden fields under a sky ablaze with storms and sunsets, a dramatic display of nature's power and beauty, demanding resilience from those who call it home, a testament to the strength and determination of the prairie people. The journey ends in the west, where the landscape begins to transform once more, where the Rockies rise dramatically, their snow-capped peaks piercing the sky, their peaks and valleys home to wildlife, a sanctuary for bears, elk, and other creatures of the wild, and turquoise lakes, shimmering jewels nestled amidst the towering mountains. Beyond, British Columbia's rainforests, lush and vibrant ecosystems teeming with life, and rugged coastline mark the continent's edge, where the Pacific Ocean meets the land in a dramatic display of power and beauty, a testament to Canada's astonishing diversity, a land of contrasts and breathtaking beauty. From coast to coast, Canada is a mosaic, a tapestry woven from diverse landscapes and vibrant cultures, of landscapes and cultures, each adding its unique hue to the national identity, each layer adding to the nation's unique identity, a symbol of inclusivity and acceptance. Here, the land itself tells the story, a story etched in mountains, forests, and prairies, one of endurance, beauty, and endless possibility, a land that inspires awe and invites exploration. Canada's geography is a saga written in rock and water, a dramatic tale etched across the land over millennia. It's a story of immense forces, shaping and reshaping the landscape into what we see today. This epic narrative unfolds over billions of years, a testament to the Earth's enduring power. The very bedrock beneath our feet whispers of ancient times. At its heart lies the ancient Canadian Shield, a vast expanse of exposed Precambrian rock. It is the geological core of the country. This shield, scoured by ice ages, bears the indelible marks of glaciers that once dominated the continent. These icy behemoths carved out valleys and sculpted the land. It holds vast mineral wealth, a treasure trove hidden beneath the surface, and is dotted with millions of lakes, sparkling like jewels across the rugged terrain. South and west, the landscape transforms into fertile lowlands and plains. These arable lands support a thriving agriculture feeding the nation and beyond. These regions also fuel the economy with abundant reserves of oil and gas, powering industries and homes across the country. Further west, the majestic Western Cordillera rises, a formidable mountain range including the iconic Rockies. These mountains are vital sources of timber, providing essential resources as well as minerals extracted from the earth and hydroelectric power, harnessed from rushing rivers. Their presence profoundly shapes the landscapes of British Columbia and the Yukon, defining their character and influencing their climates. Northward lies the Arctic, a land of extremes. It's a realm of ice, vast tundra, and profound silence, a place where nature reigns supreme. This immense territory makes up nearly 40% of Canada's total landmass, a significant portion of the country's geography. This fragile ecosystem is deeply tied to the traditional ways of life of Indigenous peoples, who have called this land home for millennia. Sadly, it is uniquely vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, threatening both the environment and the communities that depend on it. Canada's land is both a source of immense prosperity, providing resources and opportunities for its people, but it is also a constant reminder of our responsibility to protect its natural beauty and ecological integrity for future generations. Its geography is a living record of resilience, challenge, and adaptation, a dynamic story that continues to unfold with each passing season. Canada's vastness means it holds not one climate, but many. The Atlantic provinces face unpredictable maritime weather, breeding hardy, close-knit communities. Central Canada's four seasons bring humid summers, spectacular autumns, and winters embraced with festivals and outdoor life. The prairies are a land of extremes, hot summers, bitter winters, and dramatic skies, demanding resilience from those who work the land. British Columbia's coast enjoys mild, rainy winters and warm summers, while its interior is drier and more varied. This diversity creates a patchwork of ecosystems and lifestyles across the country. Weather shapes the Canadian character, resourceful, adaptable, and always ready for change. From snowstorms to summer heat, the climate is woven into daily life. Canada's seasons are more than weather, they're a way of life. Long before Europeans arrived, Canada was home to diverse Indigenous societies, each deeply connected to the land. From the Haida of the Pacific to the Cree of the forests and the Inuit of the Arctic, these nations developed unique cultures, technologies, and governance. Colonization brought profound disruption, but Indigenous peoples have shown remarkable resilience. Today, a cultural and political renaissance is underway, as Indigenous communities revitalize languages, traditions, and assert their rights. Indigenous heritage is foundational to Canada's story, past, present, and future. Modern Canada's story begins not with a single event, but with a series of encounters and transformations. It's a narrative woven from the threads of Indigenous presence, European ambition, and the relentless push of history. It begins with European explorers, charting unknown territories and seeking new opportunities. These early adventurers were soon followed by fur traders in the 15th and 16th centuries, driven by the allure of valuable resources and the promise of economic gain. The fur trade became a cornerstone of the early Canadian economy, shaping relationships between Europeans and First Nations peoples. France established New France, a vast territory anchored by Quebec City, a strategic stronghold on the St. Lawrence River. This marked the beginning of a significant French presence in North America. Simultaneously, Britain expanded its influence through the Hudson's Bay Company, a powerful enterprise that controlled vast swaths of land and resources in the north. This set the stage for a long and complex rivalry. For over a century, North America was a battleground, a theater of conflict between Britain and France, as these two European powers vied for control of the continent. This struggle inevitably drew in First Nations allies, who were often caught between competing interests, and whose own destinies were profoundly affected by the outcome. The pivotal British victory in 1759 on the Plains of Abraham, a decisive battle fought just outside Quebec City, ultimately led to the Quebec Act, a landmark piece of legislation that preserved French civil law and religious freedom for Catholics in Quebec. This act laid the groundwork for a bilingual and bicultural country, a unique characteristic that continues to define Canada today. It was a crucial step in shaping the nation's identity. Later, the American Revolution sent a wave of loyalists north, seeking refuge and remaining loyal to the British Crown. This influx of loyalists significantly reinforced Canada's British character, adding another layer to its evolving identity. It also solidified a preference for peace, order, and good government, principles that would guide Canada's development as a nation. This historical context set Canada on a distinctive path of gradual evolution within the British Commonwealth, a process marked by negotiation and compromise. This was a path of measured progress, not violent revolution, shaping the country's approach to governance and societal change. The complex legacy of empire profoundly shaped Canada's dual identity, forging a nation with both French and British roots. This has led to its enduring quest for balance, a constant effort to reconcile diverse perspectives and build a cohesive society. The nation's roots are firmly planted in negotiation and accommodation, reflecting a history of compromise and consensus building. It is also rooted in the blending of cultures, a process that continues to enrich and diversify Canadian society. These early choices and historical developments still resonate deeply in Canada's political and cultural life, shaping its identity and influencing its future. By the mid-1800s, British North America was a patchwork of colonies, each with its own challenges. Fears of American expansion and political deadlock drove leaders to imagine a united country. The British North America Act of 1867 created the Dominion of Canada, uniting 4 provinces in a bold experiment of negotiation and compromise. The dream of a nation from sea to sea spurred westward expansion, the building of the Canadian Pacific Railway, and mass immigration. This growth came at a high cost to Indigenous peoples who were displaced and subjected to policies that still impact Canada today. Canada's birth was not a revolution but a process, one that continues to shape its identity. The nation's foundation is built on diversity, ambition, and the ongoing challenge of reconciliation. Canada's story is one of unity forged through difference. Canada's government blends British tradition with North American reality, a constitutional monarchy, and parliamentary democracy. Real power lies with elected representatives, while the monarchy provides continuity. As a federation, powers are divided between Ottawa and the provinces, fueling ongoing negotiation and debate. The principle of peace, order, and good government shapes a pragmatic, collective approach to governance. This ethos underpins universal healthcare, the Canada Pension Plan, and other national institutions. Today, debates over Indigenous reconciliation, climate change, and multiculturalism define Canadian politics. Canada's political fabric is dynamic, always evolving to reflect its diverse society. The nation's strength lies in its ability to adapt, compromise, and seek common ground. Most Canadians live in cities, vibrant multicultural hubs like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Urban life is shaped by a modern economy, global culture, and a social fabric woven from hundreds of backgrounds. Beyond the cities, rural and small-town communities remain vital, built around farming, fishing, and resource industries. These places face unique challenges, but embody resilience, self-reliance, and a deep connection to the land. Canada's high quality of life is matched by real challenges: housing affordability, healthcare strains, and the ongoing work of reconciliation. Environmental sustainability is a growing priority, reshaping economic and social choices. Daily life in Canada is a blend of opportunity and challenge, shaped by geography, diversity, and shared values. The Canadian experience is ever-changing, but rooted in community and hope. From bustling cities to quiet towns, the spirit of the true North endures. Canada is a nation in progress, its identity shaped by negotiation, adaptation, and diversity. The tensions between cultures, regions, and histories drive the country forward, demanding balance and cooperation. Resilience is woven through the Canadian story, from Indigenous revitalization to immigrant hope and small-town adaptation. The future depends on reconciliation, climate action, and strengthening the values of multiculturalism and respect. Canada's promise lies in its hope, a belief that many cultures can thrive together, and that a challenging land can inspire wonder and prosperity. The story is not finished, it's written every day by the dreams and determination of its people. From sea to sea to sea, Canada's horizon is one of possibility.